Hello and welcome back to Emmy's Diary. I hope you're excited to be back. I hope you guys are doing very well and you're staying alive. Okay, guys, on today's session in Emmy's Diary, I'll be showing you guys how I made this vegetable macaroni stir fry. Yeah, and I used grilled pork. Yeah, I used grilled pork to prepare this stir fry. So these are the ingredients that I used in the preparation of this macaroni stir fry. You have your I have my already boiled and washed macaroni. This macaroni right here is done to the way that I like it. I have my macaroni, I have my green beans, my peas, onion, Scotch bonnet, carrot, my grilled pork, my seasoning cubed, my my spices. The container beneath the salt is a mixture of curry, ginger, and thyme and garlic. Yeah, so those are the ingredients that I use in the preparation of my stir fry. So I put my frying pan on the fire and allowed it to get hot. Then I introduced my vegetable oil. After I introduced my vegetable oil, I allowed it to stay on fire, on heat for like 2 to 3 minutes because I really wanted it to get hot. You know, when I put in some onion to make that cha sound. So guys, this is my frying pan on fire. Okay, this is me introducing 1 or 2 onions to see if it was ready for me to start. So I felt that it was ready, so I added my onions. and then I added this very small tomato that I cut. Yeah, that's the tomato over there. I forgot to add that in my ingredients. This is my tomato and my Scotch bonnet, that's atarudo. I added them together. Just very little quantity of tomato because I'm not making a tomato stir fry, it's more vegetable. So I stirred it for some time. Yeah, I stirred it. And guys, watch out for the oil that you use in the preparation of your meal. If you notice, my oil, it's not a lot, so that you don't at the end of the day have a very oily food. Okay, this is me adding the mixture of my spices, my curry, ginger, garlic, thyme. Yeah, it depends on the spice you like. I'm not really a fan of spices, so these are the only ones that I used. Okay, after adding my spices, I stirred for a little while. Then I added salt. Remember that our macaroni is already done, like it's ready to eat. So, and I didn't use salt or anything to cook it. I only put oil to allow not to avoid it to be stuck together. So now I'm adding the quantity of salt that I feel will be okay for the meal, for the whole meal. So this is also me adding my seasoning cube. Be careful with what you add so that you don't have a very salty meal. Know the quantity of what you're preparing so that you know the quantity of your seasoning cube that you're adding and your salt. So this is me adding. After tasting, I felt yes, then I added my pork. Yeah, I added my grilled pork. Guys, at this point, please don't get discouraged. For those of you that don't eat pork, you could use your chicken at this point, you could use your fish. Just be creative. I just wanted to have pork, so I introduced it into my meal and my whole family enjoyed it. We are pork eaters, guys, don't judge us. So this is me stirring the pork, guys. Yeah, my pork was well cooked and I grilled it in my oven for almost an hour for all the oils to really go, the oil in the pork to go off. Yeah, so this is me frying it. You could still decide not to fry, you know, if you don't really want it to get back to be oily. So I introduced my carrot. I also stirred for a while. Yeah, stir properly for a while. Reduce the heat of your burner, yeah, so that it doesn't get burnt. Everything will be cooking gently. So I stirred for a while. Then I added my green peas, my beans, my peas. Yeah, and I also stirred for a little while. Okay, I didn't put all the mixture of my spices because I didn't want the food to be too spicy. So when I tasted it and I noticed that it wasn't too spicy, then I added the leftover of my spice. Okay, so this is me adding the leftover of the mixture of spices. Yeah, so always try to taste what you're making. If there's a need for you to add your seasoning cube, you add. If there's a need for you to add your salt, you add. Just stir very well and don't allow it to get overcooked. So now I've taken it out of fire. Then I put a dry pot on fire and I poured in my macaroni. I am pouring in my macaroni because I really want my meal to be dry. So I poured in my macaroni first so that the water in the macaroni gets to dry up first. So when I left it for like 2 to 3 minutes while stirring it to avoid it from burning, I then introduced my sauce. Yes, that's my vegetable sauce. Yeah, I introduced my vegetable sauce. Then I introduced the quantity that was enough for me. So I kept on adding little by little until I felt that it was okay. So I stirred for a while, and if you realize that it's not enough for you, you continue to add until it is enough for you. So this particular stage right here depends on you and how you like your food. If you are the type that don't like too much of vegetables, you could stop at this point, but I added a little more to mine because I really love my food to be colorful and really nice. Okay guys, we have come to the end of this very delicious meal. Guys, try this meal, you won't regret it. Thank you so much for watching. Share with your family and friends. Thank you.